Welcome to my World Championships vlog 2025. This is going to be a little bit different to the other competition videos that I've filmed because it's going to be a bit more of a behind the scenes. So I'm going to take you along all of the unseen bits that you don't see on the live updates. This evening we have a virtual meeting with Can't Team England ladies to finalise the last few details, and we've got to get all of our kit that's being driven out to Ellen's house by the end of this week. So it's very busy but very exciting. So let me take you on this journey of my experience and the team's experience behind the scenes of the World Championships. So the first thing on the list that I have a job to do that I need to pack is make my kind of essentials kit up for me and my dad. The essentials bag is now packed with everything in there. It probably seemed like a lot of stuff that I was packing, but it is really important to make sure that not only we look after each other, but look after yourselves while we're out at the World Championships, because the last thing you want to do is get bitten, get sunburnt, have minor medical problems, and then, you know, have to take away from the team and what they're trying to focus on. You've got to be able to sort yourself out. So that is why we have packed this bag, all the essential stuff. Now, on to the next thing. So we're currently sorting the kit out, and I'm just putting the green tape on the kit that hasn't got it on already that we took last year, like the sleeping bag. And the reason for that is because when everything goes into the vans, everybody has their own coloured tape. They tape all their gear up, and then we can tell whose is whose when we get to Italy. Here is everything laid out, ready to go in the van. We've got our bed chairs, our bikes to get around the lake, a little bivvy, some clothes to wear, our essentials bag that we packed the other day, and also a big bag with pillows and sleeping bags and stuff. So that's all ready to go. Take to Ellen's house. We'll get it loaded in the van now. We have finished dropping the kit off at Ellen's house and are now on our way home. I can't believe how quickly it's coming round. It won't be long before we're flying out on Sunday, and the next time we'll see our kit will be in Italy. So I can't wait. I'll see you very soon on Sunday morning at Stansted Airport when we fly out to Italy. Travel day, I was very excited. So Teresa picked us up about 4:30 on the morning, and then we had a couple of hours drive down to Stansted Airport where we met the rest of the team. So because the whole team was flying out with us this year, the plan for the vans was that we had a group of people that very kindly drove out the vans to Italy. So they left a couple of days before we flew out, and then we met them at the airport when we landed, and they dropped off the vans for us. We took them for the week, and then we swapped back over with their hire cars before coming home so they could bring the kit back. So that was a massive help. We have now landed, and we're just waiting for a few of the others to come through, and then we'll be off to where we're staying. So can't wait. We'll see you on the road. This was my first time in Italy, so I was very excited to be there. And we landed in Perugia Airport, so we had about a 45-minute drive to the lake and where we're staying. So driving in convoy, or well, we tried to anyway, and we basically lost everybody else on the way there. But just coming through the local village, you can see down on the left, that's the location for the opening ceremony. So it was good to see that. But I have a little funny story. So basically, like I said, we lost everybody else on the way there. And so we put what we thought was the address into the sat-nav, and I don't think it took us the right way. So this turning here, we were supposed to go left, and as you can see, we went right. So it basically took us up this hill to the top of what seemed like a mountain, and it said here, your destination is on your right, it's in front of you. And we were like, I don't think it is, because all we had in front of us was this massive metal gate covered in danger signs and no entry signs. So we were like, this definitely isn't the place. But we found our way eventually. Then, once we had made it to the house, it was time to help unload all of the vans. So this year, I think they had 6 vans that they took out or drove out. So it was helpful to have the basement to keep the kit dry, because I don't know if you can tell, but it was actually raining when we got there. So that was helpful. But yeah, the reason why we have to unload all of the vans is because we know which pairs are which, but we don't know which sections they're going to be in. So we basically have to unload all of the vans, and then once the sections draw is done and we know where people have got to go, we can reload the van in an organised way so that hopefully it doesn't get too complicated on the day.
No, we're not going to give you the sizes just yet, boys. Okay, we're just going
to
give.
Finish to check it.
We just need to see the aesthetics of it all. Oh my god!
Now, film the reaction.
Yeah, there's a 12. There's a 12.
I can't wear them.
I've got a pair of those.
What are they?
Don't do that.
Oh, look out. Let's have a look, Finn.
Oh. I think you're joking in the airport though. They look lovely.
Thanks, Isham. Well, Lily can show the other
Blaze
ones.
and James have seen them. They like them.
No, they have. Did they say that?
Blaze and James.
Blaze them.
No, we did. Blaze said he's got a pair like that. He wears them on holiday. That was Blaze's exact words.
Wow.
They're brand new.
So here is one of the pegs. You can see just the size of the peg, one with a little bit less shade. But a fairly even peg, this one, fairly flat until you kind of get down to the water's edge where you've got those cages again. But all the pegs pegged out, taped out, ready to go for the World Championships. So just round an A5 in the women's section. And as you can see, there are quite a few trees in this peg. So although they do give off quite a nice bit of shade, the anglers are just looking at kind of the room for casting in this peg. Meeting other teams on the laps around the lake. Here we have the French team. Okay, so Paul, the team is now registered and we've come back down to the lake. Can you tell us a little bit more about where we've done that?
Yeah, in fact, probably the easiest thing. Can I show you and everyone else?
Turn the camera around.
Sections are really different. So this is A section for the boys. We've got 3 meters of rocks that before we can net fish. So the norm potentially is that because this will be deeper, you're not allowed in the water. So at the captain's meeting tomorrow, we have to make sure that we explain that from a fish care point of view, fish safety point of view, and angler safety, they need to allow a construction to go in the water. But only in here for the under 22s, sections B and C, very different. 1 meter of blocks, fine, be able to play it, net it, and everything's great. But here, and for each of the ladies' sections, we've got these 3 meters of blocks, and we're going to have to put something together tonight and tomorrow so that come Wednesday, can be lowered into the water, everything is good to net and retain fish safely, otherwise it'll be dangerous. And you can see the drop here. If you come over to the edge, actually, Lily, look at this. I'm quite tall. That's quite a long way down.
Yeah.
So we've already got our ladders sorted. We've got our step ladders sorted for being able to get up and down without too much effort. But we just need to make sure that we can go down and across. In fact, here's a platform already built. Lily, have a look at this one. There you go. So that's exactly what we're talking about. The irony hasn't been used for ages, clearly. Looking at the weed, that'll be incredibly slippery.
Yeah.
But the principle is right. People are using that to step across to net fish and play fish.
Yeah.
Don't forget, from our point of view, you're only allowed 1 person in the water if you've got 1 fish on.
Yeah.
So imagine netting a fish from up here when someone is 3 meters in front of you plus a pole. It's a long stretch. It's going to be quite difficult. But a heck of a pond, heck of a lake.
Very beautiful venue.
Yeah, very. Look, there are the chimneys that are lit up with the Italian flag every night.
Yeah.
So we'll make some great photos later on. Here come the French team.
Just coming along the bank.
Just sneaking round.
over here.
Should we just have a little further of wander, just to make
Yeah.
sure that it's the same for every section, every part of this section? So you can see the tape right at the very
Yeah.
back, that's spectators. And then depending upon what jersey or wristband you're wearing, you're allowed into the outer tapes or even potentially the inner tapes, which is normally for anglers only, maybe captains, maybe the jury as well. We'll explain all of that. We can run through all of that whenever. But today, priority is just making sure everything is the same for all of our sections. Yeah, so still 3 meters. Now some weed as well, look. Within a section as well. So I mean, there is a tree literally in the middle of the section. Great. So some weed and some small bass by the looks of things. More cages, still 3 meters.
The other thing in this section is there are a few more trees, whereas
Yeah.
the other sections, there's less shade.
That's a very good point, actually. So the under 22s, sections B and C across the other side, so we can see them. So one, one is underneath the chimneys, and one just to the left of that. It pretty much sunlight all day and night by the looks of things. Sunset 9 p.m. plus, and it's still hot, 30 plus degrees. So very difficult for them, but we'll manage with some tarpaulins, with the bivvies underneath the tarpaulins and so on. This side's pretty nice, isn't it?
In the shade.
This is pretty comfortable, yeah. We've got shade everywhere. If there's a nice breeze blowing, this would be lovely to fish this side. Right, last bit of checking. Sorry, Lily, let's just have a look. Yep, still the cages. One thing to point out here, some of the swims haven't had any grass being cut. Now, that's fine, not a problem, until you're using zigs.
Yeah.
So that could impact, for some, how we're able to fish. Oh, this one's great. Yeah, back to the cage. In fact, that highlights how tricky this could be. Can you see the metal that's clearly snapped and folded forwards?
Yeah.
So really easy. Oh, and there's a bass just going underneath it as well.
Easily cut off.
Yeah, really easily cut off. Especially as that's 3 meters into the water. So you're playing a fish, you're allowed to be 13 feet.
Yeah.
So we can't have a 5 meter rod
No.
to help us out there. It's got to be done with the anglers. So hopefully captain's meeting tomorrow, midday Italian time. We'll point out that we need platforms or similar in the water. In this section, yeah, it's exactly the same all the way through. But across the far side, doesn't appear you need it. So hopefully we'll be okay here. Many people would ask for a last peg if they could choose. Quite a lot of water that you just can't touch.
Yeah. Because within the rules, the anglers can't fish outside of the tape, so that's the boundary.
That's it. You follow the tape down.
Okay, so the final thing before we head back is that this is also the first year for the under 22s. So what's their kind of energy like in camp at the moment?
High, definitely high. We've picked them up, or part of the group got back about 1:30. It's some big bugs in Italy. If you hear me scream or run, it's because of a big bug. From Rye, we got back about 1:30 or last night. They were definitely enthusiastic at 1:30. The noise reverberated around the house, which was quite fun. They're up early, and it seems that if you feed them, they get progressively more happy, which is good. I've left them with Adam, so Adam is currently with his son Ollie to do registration. They were just counting out individual boilies, I think, when I left. That was the role they were targeted with. So we've got some thank yous on that front, which we'll do once we're fishing, so no one else can copy us at that point. But yeah, they're very keen. It's the first time for sure. There's a lot to be learned. It's different. It's really different. We've got 8, arguably, of the best under 22s in the whole country that'll be fishing, which is brilliant. Where it differs is many of those 8 would normally catch a fish in the evening. They add some more food, typically via a spom. These guys can hit spoms miles accurately neatly and very delicately. And yet at 6:30 on Wednesday, they can't spawn. It'll be on the stick. So we had some good fun practicing sticks, long sticks, very long sticks, down at Child Reservoir that went really well. We've been looked after with big boilies. Again, I'll say thank you towards the back end of the match if that's okay. They've been practicing with those and it will be different. 6:30 comes, we may not have any food in front of us if we get wiped out by a shoal. So the stick becomes really important.
Yeah, so just generally very excited and raring to go.
Definitely excited. Fed, thankfully. There's a vat of bolognese at home waiting for us all, which will be fantastic, I'm sure. We need to be in the pegs now. We just need them to be in the pegs and let loose.
Awesome. So, well, there we go. A few words from Paul. I'm sorry if I chopped his head off in that interview. He's a lot taller than me. So thank you, Paul. And we'll see you when we get back. Okay, so we're here with the Romanian ladies manager, Florian, and also 2 times world champion. So to start off, can you tell us what it takes to be a world champion and also the ladies manager?
That's a great question. It's a little bit difficult. What it takes, I think everybody has what it takes. You need the right team, the right girls, and the right bait. And that's about all.
And can you tell us a little bit about how you got to be 2 times world champion?
The first time was a little bit trickier because was battle going on, and in the last 20 or 25 minutes we caught the fish that put us there. The second time I told the girls when I was going there, girls, this time it will happen, it will happen. Our girls were the way when we travel to the world champion, not so sure, not so sure. It will do great, it will do great. At the end I told them how it was. Say, you're right, we're world champions again.
And are the team looking forward to this year's World Championships?
Yeah, the team are looking forward. We have the team from last year, which is a great team, and they're quite prepared and they want to start the competition.
So thank you, Florian, for the interview and coming and paying us a visit. So you also have the youth and under-22 squad here as well. So what's that like with 2 teams being here?
I think it's a great experience for the youth and for the ladies because they have lots of stuff to learn from each other, and the atmosphere is great. It's a lot of fun because it's very great. I'm not in charge of the youth team, so that's a big relief for me. But everything is great. It's a great atmosphere with the guys and the ladies.
Well, awesome. Thank you for coming again and for the interview, and best of luck for the competition.
Thank you. Best of luck with you guys, and nice to see you. And thank you for the dinner.
Good morning on day 3. Currently in the basement because the team is sorting out the kit. I'll just turn the camera around. You can see all the kit out here. We have the team, they're currently splitting the bait. Big job, but hopefully it won't take too long. So we've just come down into the local village again, to where the registration was yesterday. Paul and Adam are just parking the van, and now it's time for the first managers meeting of the World Championships. So they're going to get here once they've finished parking the van, and then we'll go inside. So we've just come out of sections draw, time to head back and inform the teams.
If you're captain, you're in the lead, don't let it phase you. Just carry on as you would, doing what you do, yeah? Because if you start to feel the pressure, you're going to start making mistakes, and that's when they're there to catch you out. So ignore them. If it means they see a yellow hook bait, if it means they see you casting out a 20-foot zig, so be it. Yeah. But it's because they're rattled.
We're here with Adam and Paul, And we're now back from the managers meeting and the sections draw this morning. We've debriefed both of the teams, so how did that go?
Yeah, we've had it's a section draw today, so we find out which section each pair's in, so they're either in A, B or C. We've got Nikki and Chloe in A section, Kaylee and Ellen in B section, and Tony and Teresa in C section. It doesn't mean anything at the minute. They don't know the peg or anything else. They just know they're in which zone they're in. So, yeah, there's nothing to be happy or unhappy about at the minute, I don't think.
And Paul, where are the under-22s in this section?
So from a section point of view, Aidan and Max are in A section, which is nearest to the ladies section of the lake. B is Blaze and James, and then C is Ed and Finn. One advantage of knowing the sections tonight does allow us to pack the vans accordingly. So if anyone's ever fished with Max or Aidan, you'll know that they need an individual van. So it's worked out very well that they're on their own side of the lake. We can fill up a single van with their kit for this week.
And we've also got the opening ceremony this evening and the capping of both of the teams. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. A quick meeting with the team then, have a quick bit of dinner, and then I'll go again.
Yeah, I think there's been realisation in the under-22s that actually things happen quite quickly. Despite there seemingly being hours until they start, we've got dinner, we've got the vans being loaded, as you can see now. We've got the ceremony, we've got the capping, we've got the clothing to be handing out. There's loads going on tonight. It's a really busy night. And then at 8:30 tomorrow, it's chaos. The real draw starts. We find out where they are in the sections. And then, fingers crossed, 12:30 comes and we're away.
Well, awesome. There's a few words from the managers and we'll see you in just a couple of hours.
So before you lot get potentially attached, every year we get lots of support from people. This year we're having a lot of support with the socials, all of the feedback that's going back to the UK. So Lily, come on down. I don't know. That one there, that one there.
Tra di voi, questa è la cosa più importante che lo sport può trasmettere. A nome del Comitato Olimpico Nazionale, Comitato Regionale dell'Umbria, vi auguro quindi...
On behalf of the International Freshwater Federation, I declare open the 5th Ladies Carp Fishing World Championship and the 2nd Junior U22 International World Championship. Thank you very much. And the best win. Thanks.
So we are now back at camp. I think the plan for this evening is to get some rest and then we will be up bright and early in the morning because the competition starts tomorrow at midday, and we've also got the draw for pegs as well. So we'll see you very bright and early in the morning. Good morning. Today is the day. Today is match day. So at midday today, the anglers will start the competition. So this morning we have the draw for pegs. So that's in about an hour's time. The team's just having their final breakfasts before we head off. So we will see you there. Paul and Adam just checking in with the passports for the under-22s team and also getting all the bibs and passes and things for around the lake. So not long now before the draw. Just come around to C-section for the ladies. There they are. Tony and Teabag. Drawn next to Italy as well. Get down here, have a look who's on the other side. But England's pretty happy with their draw, I think. So, yeah, it's just gone 10:30, so they can start putting stuff in the peg now. And that's what they're doing. Down in C-section with the England ladies, they've drawn C7, and either side we have Ukraine to their left in C6, and then coming around we have Italy on the other side in C8. So heading into the draw, we obviously with the runners you're going to have them behind the home nation, but also to be next to the home nation as well in one of the pegs is obviously really good, just so that we can keep eyes on them, as they're going to know the lake better than anybody else, being the home nation. So also, as you can see, we've got Tony and Teabag putting up their gazebo to give them some shade, because their peg here isn't the shadiest of pegs, so that will give them a bit of shelter. They're just sorting out their kit now, and yeah, 2 hours until the match begins. Here we go, start the World Championships 2025. We just had the all in, and although we're doing media for the team at this World Championships, we're also doubling up as another pair of eyes as runners for the team. So we're currently stood behind Italy in B section, in a bit of shade. We found this small tree to try and get a bit of shelter from the sun, but just to try and see what they're doing in the first few hours of the competition and whether that pays off, and then relay that information back to the team again, and then we can try and put that into our tactics that we're using. So all eyes on the Italians and any other teams that we have concerns about. Obviously the Italians, because they're going to know the water. But yeah, we'll just have to see what happens in the next few hours, and hopefully we can get a fish on the bank. We're round in A section with Chloe and Nikki, and I thought I'd show you one of the score sheets. So this is a weighing sheet. There's one behind every peg. At the bottom you can see all of the weighings throughout the competition, and then the total at the end. So hopefully that will be filled in nicely by the end of the World Championships. We've just come down to C section on the ladies' side, and as you can see there really is no shade for the anglers or the people running and spectators. It's very open. However, what a beautiful venue this is. The England ladies now just starting to set their stall out for this evening, and hopefully it won't be long before we see the first fish on the bank. It's always very tense when nobody's caught yet, but it's still very early days. We've just come down to H section for the under-22s to get some photos of the guys here. They're in A6. See how they're getting on before we have to head off this evening. We've got to come back, drop the food off, but then we've got to be off at 8 PM. So we're at B section with James and Blaze. They're in B4. As you can see, they have runners from the other teams sat behind them watching what they're doing. So if we look to their left, they have Hungary on this side in B3, and then to their right down there they have Latvia. it's the end of day one. It's about 20 to 8 at the moment, so we've got to get off at 8 o'clock. We're just trying to find everybody to pick them up, and then we'll be off at 8, just to make sure that we're definitely off at 8 o'clock so that we don't get any of the team disqualified for being on or yellow cards. So yeah, that's what we're doing now, and then time to head back to base, probably get a few photos sorted from today, and then rest for tomorrow, and also eat dinner. Good morning. It's just gone 7 AM. We can get on the lake at 8, so we're just getting ready now. We've got an hour to go. So I'm preparing the water. Got the hydration tablets in there. Because although water is good, it doesn't replace all of the salts that you lose when sweating throughout the day. So that's why I put that in there. That will keep us good if we just drink that throughout the day. We're just about to head down to the lake now and do a breakfast drop for the ladies. So they've got fresh fruit and also some nice breakfast to eat this morning. So after dropping the breakfast off, we're just in B section. We just walked along to have a look at the boards behind the swim that I showed you yesterday, because they've been filled in now until the time that we're on at the moment. So I think they've got 3 boxes filled in. They haven't got the weights on, just a number of fish, so we're trying to see where that will put Ellen and Kaylee. There are 2 other countries in this section. Romania and Ukraine have caught 2 fish as well, so it really will come down to weight on this morning to see where Ellen and Kaylee are in this section, but it's still very early days for the competition.
Look, it's stopped now, you've come out.
It's raining! Yay! Never been happier to have rain than at this moment. It's been really hot today and also yesterday. We did have storms forecast for today, but we thought they were coming over, and then we thought that it wasn't going to happen, and it's happening. It's raining. Yay! So one thing we can see here is that the line has actually kited and taken out one of Hungary's lines next door. So in the spirit of fair play, all is good and the fish counts for Italy. You might remember a bit earlier in the video that I said we were bringing the bikes. However, once we had dropped them off at Ellen's house, we found out there wasn't going to be enough room in the vans, so we had to leave them at home. It has just gone 6 o'clock and we've just checked in with Ellen and Kaylee. So they're doing well and they're confident heading into tonight. We're just in the van now, heading round on this top track. Going around to see Chloe and Nikki before we've got to head off at 8 o'clock this evening, and then we'll be back round once we turn the van around up into C section with Teabag and Tony, so just to see how they're getting on before we've got to get off again. And then this evening we're going out for pizza in a restaurant in the village because we've run quite low on food in the house, so that's what we're doing tonight. And yeah, we're just pulling up to Chloe and Nikki now, so let's go see how they're doing.
Got my boat and I got my bed. All I gotta do is just sit and wait for a big fat fish to come along. My bait and fishy, 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 fishy.
It was going so well and then you kind of lost the word.
Yeah, I forgot that. I forgot the bit about I don't care if I have to sit all day or all day.
Okay, so we're now off the lake, but a quick update, we've got some good news for England. Adam's just currently looking after Ollie, so Paul, can you inform us on the good news?
I definitely can. So Nikki and Chloe in Section A in the ladies have just caught their first fish, which is great news. So we're off and running down there. So that's now fish in 2 sections in the ladies, which is good news. That'll transform the scores, which we'll only find out in the morning. But certainly a penalty point drop to the very worst, and hopefully a few more points as well. So fingers crossed that already starts to look much better. And then Finn and Ed may well have worked things out because they've done 2 fish in the last half an hour, so are finally off and running as well. So it looks like a good start to the evening. Max and Aidan had a bite just around this time last night, so about 10:30 just after last night as well. So we're hoping now is bite time for pretty much all 3 of the boys, and hopefully all 3 of the ladies as well.
Yeah, and we hope the action carries on through the night.
Fingers crossed. It'll be brilliant news to keep getting text messages and woken up. Even though Ed did text whilst his mate was playing a fish, I may have been a bit too keen on asking them to make sure they keep me updated. I think the buzzer had only just gone and he'd sent me a text. And they've seen a shooting star, so maybe that's what they wished for. There you go.
Anyway,
everything's good.
Great news, and come on, England. Good morning. It's Friday morning. Last night we went to the restaurant and we got all the messages through there, and the entire team around that was around the table was so excited to hear that we'd got fish in A section and in B and C for under 22s as well. So this morning we've been to the shop. We've just got a few more provisions that we're dropping off in the couple of the sections. We've just dropped Adam off in C section because that is the important section now. We need to catch there, which will change everything if we catch there. So we've dropped him off there. Just gonna drop these few provisions off and ice in the other couple of sections, and then we'll be on to doing the live updates on the main pages. So we're just around the side of the lake of the under 22s, and just done a couple of updates in B and C, and now we're heading back, and it is got very warm. So get back to the van, open a fresh bottle of water, and head back round to the other side where there's A section of the under 22s to do an update with Max and Aidan. A few of the guys and Jen have gone off to the supermarket or the shop to get some dinner for this evening because it's not a holiday. Last night we did go out, but that's only because we missed the shop and it shut by the time we got off the lake and we were really busy. So they've just gone off now to get some dinner to cook back at the house this evening. A bit of a lull in the action this afternoon. It's gone really hot now, but we've just had a message through saying that Ed and Finn in C section have just landed another fish, and apparently it's really big and could be pushing 50 pounds. So it's really exciting. We're going to go and take a look now. Come on, England.
That's good. 21.74.
What an amazing fish this is at 21.74 kilos. That's just under 48 pounds. So an incredible fish that went on to win biggest fish of the under 22 World Championships. Another thing about being support for the team is that we're dropping off their dinners. This is the first night that we've done it. Usually, the other few nights, the rest of the support team has figured it out. Well, we've been doing updates, but tonight we're dropping it off, so we're currently down in B section for the under 22s to give them some food. Just got to check it with one of the pegs next door.
Yes, perfect. No problem.
Thank you. All okay? Just double checking we're not sneaking any bait or anything that we're not supposed to be putting in the swim, because that's against the rules. As you can see, I'm updating social media for everybody back at home, the live updates. Just through the trees down there, we can see Ishan. We're in B section behind the under 22s. Ishan is one of the runners this week, and he is watching Italy because they're currently playing the fish. So even though we've got 20 minutes until we've got to be off the lake, that's still time. We can be watching the other teams. Any evidence is crucial to report back, even if it just gets us that one more fish.
Yeah, the French that were smashing it.
Good morning. It's the final morning, and it's all busy this morning because Adam has just had a phone call from Tony, and she is finished in the peg. So he's literally 5 minutes ago made the decision to sub Penny. So that is what we're doing now. So down in C section with the ladies, and we're about to make a sub in. Tony is coming out and Penny is going in. We're literally 5 hours until the end of the match. Swapping bibs over. Well done, Tony. Hug from the management. This is a really emotional moment for Tony. And Penny has just gone in the peg, so carry on like nothing's happened.
This is a difficult area for women.
It's a difficult moment. It means so much to all of the team. But this is the decision of the management in the final few hours to hopefully get that last fish on the bank. What I said in the moment here was actually slightly wrong. So it wasn't fully the manager's decision. Basically what happened was Tony phoned Adam in the morning saying, look, we need one fish here in C section and I'm struggling to hit the distance. I've spent just under 70 hours in this swim and I think it's best if I get subbed just to give us the best chance for the team to catch another fish, or well, the first fish here in this section. And it was a very emotional moment for everybody because she spent a long time in the peg and it was just a few hours until the end. But yeah, I have a lot of respect for Tony and what she did on that morning. Final day, as always, very, very busy. So this morning we've been round to see, starting over in A section for the women's, been round to see Chloe and Nikki. Done an update with them. We've done a bit behind Penny and Teresa now, Teabag. So Tony was subbed out this morning. Penny's gone in there now. We did an update behind them because that's a crucial section. We've done an update behind Max and Aiden in A section, the under 22s, because that is a crucial section for them. And we're just heading down to the under 22s B section now, and we'll probably see the match out there because they have a fish in the slings to wait and photograph at the all out. With the final hooter being blown, everyone can enter the swim as long as there are no more fish to weigh. So only once James and Blaze's fish had been weighed and verified could everyone get in the swim for a photo. And here is Paul giving them a bucket, not because it was a PB, but because of how hard everyone had worked. Then we had a phone call to say that in the dying stages of the competition, Ellen and Kaylee had landed one final fish, so we were round to B section. It's safe to say every World Championships comes with its challenges. This year we had to battle with the heat, Even though going out we knew how hot it was going to be, we were prepared, but I don't think it made it any easier. We were also up against the bugs as well that had infested a lot of the kit. This clip was on the final morning before flying home, and it shows a scorpion scurrying across the patio.
So we're all ready, just getting in the vans after the closing ceremony.
Can you unlock the...
A special prize for the big fish. The big fish today in the youth championship is 21 kilos 740 grams. 21 kilos 740 grams from Dreyer in Newman, England. Third place, 260 kilos, 10 points, England!
Well done to our under-22 squad for securing bronze medal position, to Italy for coming silver, and congratulations France on gold and becoming the 2025 under-22 world champions. For our women's team, despite how tirelessly they worked, and it was so close, unfortunately it wasn't enough to secure a medal position. Congratulations to Ukraine in bronze, Italy in silver, and to Hungary, the 2025 Women's World Champions.
On behalf of the International Freshwater Federation, I declare closed the second Youth Under-22 World Championship and the 5th Ladies Carfishing World Championship. See you next year in Latvia.
Well, there we go, that rounds up the World Championships 2025. It's been a great year, and yeah, time to head home tomorrow morning. Flight's not until the afternoon, but it's going to be busy in the morning because the drivers want to get off at 8 o'clock. So we're just heading back now. You might be able to hear the music in the background, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next year.